Hi
everybody! Happy Friday!
Yeah, happy Friday. We are Burnt Out Mummas and we are really burnt out today.
We are. We're
ready for the weekend.
Spring.
Yeah, ready for spring, ready for the weekends. We need some sunshine, don't we?
And some heat. It's like
freezing.
3 degrees,
gosh.
1 degree. In my car, it's never gone off so much. It's like, you know that frost sign that comes up? Beware, beware, it's frozen.
Oh, don't. Well,
to buy it for Christmas.
Today I was teaching with my what's my jacket called? That big rain mat.
Your dry robe.
Dry robe.
Big dry robe.
Big dry robe. Like, you have to love it or hate it, but I'm telling you guys, they are so warm. Like, if you want a really warm jacket, but actually a story to tell you all, I asked for it on my Christmas list from my husband, and I was like, just get me a warm jacket. No, I just no, I actually don't. I'm like, literally, I just was said, please, if anything for Christmas, I just want a really, really warm jacket. And he's like, you've got thousands of jackets in that cupboard. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I actually have. But I was like, I just want one warm one. So when I go for walks, I'm just wrapped up from head to toe.
Yeah, that is a proper walker's jacket.
It is. Well, where I live, it's like the whole village wears them. It's like, I kind of joined the village vibe on that one. But what was I going to say? Yeah, so he ordered one, and he ordered a small adult for me, and he said it arrived, and he tried it on, and he said, honestly, Guy, it was so big, he was like, I thought it was just going to drown you. So he sent it back and ordered me a size 12 to 13 kids.
Oh, that's wicked though.
But
you don't pay that on the kids, do you?
No, and it fits me just right. So guys out there, if you're going to get a dry robe, look at the kids section, because you will say, and he was well happy. He was like, oh, you saved me like 50 quid. I was like, all right.
There was a time when I got in the kids section in my teens, when I was doing a lot of dancing. Lucky now if I can get.
No, I
small.
A few years ago, I was still in, well, like pre-kids. I was in
and the shoes,
teenagers,
it's like
but not
Nike
now.
Shoes, if you get below a 5, isn't it? You can still get the cheap ones.
Yeah, that is the good thing, isn't it? But anyway, so
here we are.
Right, we are today going to talk about gratitude. Paisley, we had this conversation before we started the podcast today, and we've been talking about gratitude and things, and what we spoke about a few weeks ago about purpose and things like that. I feel like it really goes well with it.
Definitely. I mean,
about being grateful.
We were supposed to interview today, but we couldn't because of techie issues. She's a Reiki master. She's going to be on our pod very soon.
And at the end of March, isn't she?
She talks a lot about energies and clearing energies. It makes sense anyway.
Yeah.
So the whole reason we're doing this podcast, we've got our end goal. If you're following our journeys, we've got where we want to be and where we want to take this, and we've already started the journey on it this week. We're really grateful so far for where we've got as well. So this whole thing is going to be about gratitude today, and we're steadily growing in America and the UK, and a lot of people say, but your name is Burnt Out Mummas. Yes, it is. But that is a bit of a spin on the negative and the positive, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to raise everybody's vibrations and feel good factor, so mums out there can go and be who they want to be, feel good about themselves, and a little bit of a lift up, because I think we're all burnt out a little bit and frayed at the edges, where we're just drawn at every single part of
I love that, frayed at the edges.
Yeah. I think mine's burned. Well, I'm trying to burn.
I'm like frayed at the edges. I'm like, I feel like I've got like frays coming out of my ears, like.
Anyway, I was going to go somewhere with this because I know you wanted me to lead today, but the other week I was watching a program. Who watches the Stacey Solomon? It's they clear out somebody's place. Is it in 7 days? What is it called? This is where my memory.
It's like the clutter-free home or something.
But this episode, it had me in tears, like literally bawling. I looked at my partner and he was just like stone dead. I was like, "Are you alive over there?"
Sorry, we were actually laughing the other day, because I was like, she texted me, it was Saturday night, and
it was Valentine's night.
Oh, it was Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Me and her was like, she was like, we were both saying we could tell that we're both like on a Saturday, and they're asleep, because we're both like texting each other. No, sorry, my husband was asleep at 8:30. I looked around and I was like, oh my God.
Like, well, are we going to go out for Valentine's? Can if you want. I was like, well, I would like to do something. Yeah, and we'll have a nice steak dinner. So I did get cooked a nice steak dinner. Because I said, you're going to put Sonny up to bed, it's like 9 o'clock, let's have some adult time. Put him up, never came back down.
Oh,
the
don't.
next thing, I can see you posting, we're talking about the business. I was like, this is what makes me alive. Like, I was like, what are you up to tonight? Are you out? You're like, no, Sam's in bed.
It was like literally 9 o'clock, and I was like, Valentine's night. I was like, he's in bed. I was like, I'm watching Michael McIntyre because I love Michael McIntyre.
So funny. He actually, I was laughing the whole
he
way through
literally just makes my Saturday night. I'm like, if I watch anybody, it has to be him, and I get so excited to watch it.
That was really, really funny, and that's another thing about comedy is when you're feeling a bit depressed, it really does.
Well, it is depressing when you're sitting there in your own and someone's snoring next to you, and it's like Saturday night. I know, like literally, me and you did not have a Saturday night in when we were younger. So to have like a Saturday where we're like in and like sitting there watching telly and someone's snoring next to you like 8:30 at night, we're like, what the hell? Anyway,
he said, well, the next day he said, were you annoyed? I was like, well, was I annoyed? I came back home early from dancing. Normally I always go out with Mum and we have a little shop. Everyone's watching football, so I sat there looking at properties. I was like, right, I'm just gonna. That's my like magazine. I think, right, what house can we buy?
I love looking at properties, but I've had to stop myself now because
so
our house has been delayed, guys. So don't moving is so stressful. Yeah, honestly, any move it is so stressful. So we had a date in our head. Like that, where we were going to move. So it was meant to be the end of Feb. Now it's the end of March.
You know, the answer to that is we've got to be grateful.
Grateful, and my key lesson in life is patience. It really is. But anyway, going on to gratitude. So this program,
it was a really touching episode actually, because when we saw the house, it was like the clutter. I said to Errol, our garage is nothing compared to this. Like where we've downsized a little bit to renovate. You open the door on this house and it was chock-a-block with stuff. And I said, this is, if you want to put clutter into perspective as well, they, you know, with Temu, Shein, all these things are so cheap to buy. They said there's enough rubbish in this world.
Oh no, sorry, but I've just ordered another load of stuff on TikTok. I ordered it on TikTok this morning.
I can see the link to my account.
Sorry.
But it's enough rubbish to go around the world 8 times. So this is why I love fuss pots when they come on with this second-hand designer stuff, because it lasts and it lasts. And I've still got designer shoes from 20 years ago. Anything I bought off Primark, I've worn twice and it needs to be chucked and it's bobbly. So actually, if you look at cost per wear,
yeah, it is true. Yeah, or find a nice quality, like even like if you want to go the organic cotton things, they do last for ages.
Yeah, they do, and the linen. But anyway, so I said to Errol, I said that if you look at that clutter as costs as well, that is so much wasted money that could be in people's bank accounts, where people say sometimes, I don't know where my money's going. I bet it's going in things. Just because they're cheap, it all adds up.
Yeah. Oh God, I do feel like I am a little...
I bet if you add up, right, so every time you spend a fiver on Temu and you
I just spent like 30...
savings account.
No, I just spent 30 quid on TikTok this morning. I bought some storage bags.
I see them.
They were like travel storage bags. No, I just thought when I move house, I could put my socks in one, my knickers in another, and then it had even laundry bag within. I love it. You know when you're away on holiday and you could put your I got sold the dream. I bet it's gonna come. Do you ever order something and it comes and it's like a peanut? It's so small.
Yeah, I
was like, they all look really big, and then they came and I was like, what the hell?
And then it comes. I'm like, like
what the hell?
Down the drain. So
anyway, yeah, I'm a bit of a sucker for these bargains online.
I will get on to the point.
Sorry.
So there's a really good book to read, and it's
Paisley's burnt out brain is like frazzled today. She's fraying at the sides. If you saw her brain right now, it's like.
It was about something about happiness. Anyway, I will find it.
But wasn't it clutter-free happiness or something?
And I spoke about it on the past podcast about why you buy things. Like, Mum will keep buying recipe books. I'm like, I've never seen you open a recipe book in your life. You just chuck it in. But you obviously deep down somewhere think you're a cook or a good mum, you know, like that kind of thing. So it's all linked psychologically stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway,
well, not think she is. I think you're a good mum. She is a good mum. Oh my God.
I'm trying to say. Like, that's
yeah.
her ideology or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yes, they started clearing this house, but as it went along, the story, oh my God, I was just so deeply upset. So, the reason why they're doing it, so out of all of this, she'd created a memory box, and she had piles of photos, and there was reasons why she was doing it. Again, it all links back to psychological things.
Yeah.
So they'd been together since they're like childhood sweethearts. Oh, darling, it's going to make me cry.
Oh no, don't.
And she'd been diagnosed with a lump on her breast, but it had spread, and unfortunately she said she was at stage 4 cancer, and it had gone to her liver.
God.
So whilst they were filming it, they didn't actually know how long she'd got. So they were coming in to create a place of calm, because even the child's room, you couldn't get in to read the book, and like amazing parents, but there was just so much stuff in the house. And I think where it got overwhelming, even he was an electrician, all of his stuff in the garage, he just shut the door on. And the guy was like, if you look at all these corks, there's probably hundreds of pounds worth of corks. Because you can't find them, you're buying them again. And he said that could be back in the family home.
Yeah.
So it becomes so overwhelming with so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like that when we moved. I had Mum's house and our house.
Yeah.
And it's only now that I'm literally being ruthless and going through stuff, because it was so overwhelming at the time.
Yeah.
So I can see how it gets to a point where people just go, right, that's it.
And I didn't watch this. I really obviously want to see it. Actually, I don't, because I probably will end up like crying my eyes out. But I think when you're diagnosed with anything like that, just being diagnosed is trauma. It's traumatic, isn't it?
And that's what they were saying. And you just can't deal with the stress of it. But what she really wanted, they created a mermaid room for the little girl. She was a beautiful little girl, and she wanted a reading corner. So they'd recycled a lot of the furniture to make into like this mermaid bed. He'd already half started to make a bed, but it'd been put in the thing. They just rearranged the house, but I'm not kidding you. The stuff that they had filled a warehouse. And they were living in that. Can you imagine what that does to your energy in your brain, how you feel? Well,
they say, like, I had this conversation with someone the other day. I was like, just clear as much as you can, because it's like a clear space is a clear mind.
100%. I said to like Errol, it's been mentioned a lot. They said, I want to go minimalistic. I said, I really do. Like, I can see. Obviously the kids' toys, this is another bugbear, they're just shoved into boxes in our front room, and they never get them out.
Yeah.
They want to go on the iPad now, they want to go on the PlayStation or whatever it is, that thing we've got, what's it called? The
Nintendo, is it? Or
Switch.
Switch.
He took on holiday and he didn't want to play with it, he just went back to the iPad. So
well, I know, I know. It's all these things, isn't it?
And I said to him, we keep saying it, if you're not going to play with toys, we're going to get rid of them. We're going to give them to somebody who wants to play with them. But as soon as I ban the iPad, sometimes hide it on purpose.
Yeah, that's good.
He starts playing with his Lego. He starts using his imagination, his little gadgets, and he does actually enjoy playing. But it's such a, because he sees us doing it as well. But I'm doing a lot of work on it. But it's the go-to thing. Isn't it? To chill,
God,
relax.
it's just what I love with kids is just seeing them use their imagination.
Yeah.
Like, I feel it's so important. Like, I've watched so many things like about this, how the future for kids is they've got that like 3-second like break, like.
I've remembered the name of the book.
Go on, what is it?
Make Space for Happiness.
Make Space for Happiness. Yeah, you've told me to read this so many times. I really need to do it.
You need to
but
read
it's
it.
but yeah, like yeah, I definitely need to read it. But Sam was like, I have to hide parcels sometimes because he's like, what the hell? I'm like, oh God. I'm like, telling you all our secrets now. But even like what I was saying about kids, like their memory span, like attention span, not memory span, is just so small.
Even with the dance classes, it's literally they're in and out, aren't they, with half an hour.
But it's so good that we have they come to dancing or something like that, or a structured class which is taking them away from screens, because we are destroying our children's
they said half
attention
an hour.
span. We're destroying their brains.
At most, I was talking to my friend yesterday, and I said to her, I do hide the iPad, because she said he's on it all the time. I said it's no good.
Well, it's not good. It's good in that time when you need to cook your dinner or whatever. Like,
if we go out for
or going out for a meal. Look, come on, like, I've given Iona like my phone to watch while we're having a meal, because she'll be like, what can I do now? What can I do now? But that is the brain span thing. It's like that very short attention span. But when we're at home, there is no screens, nothing, because I love her to play. Like, she'll play with her Barbies. But your kids do the same as well.
They do when they're around other children, but if they're at home, if they can, I mean, they say to me, I said, I put the TV on, Mummy, it's boring. You know why it's boring? Because it's not stimulating like YouTube. And they watch these other people playing on YouTube in the mornings, because she wakes up at 6, half 6, and I'm like, oh my God, I just need half an hour just to get my brain together.
I actually used to do this as well,
and
just that half an hour.
I started to do it, but I really hate doing it, because the first thing they reach for is the phones. Now, when I was little, the TV used to go on until someone would get up at 10 or 11. I'd be left at the weekends on a Sunday.
I love that Pingu. Do you remember Pingu? I love Pingu. That was like my favourite.
But no, they're not interested in watching TV. They said it's boring. So that is a bit of a worry. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So anyway, they cleared out the whole house and they brought it back. And I kid you not, like, when they cleared it out, the difference, they said it's made them feel calm. They've got a place for everything. She had something like 300 scarves. She had a thing about buying different scarves. Now, if you think you've got 7 days of the week, you can only wear, this is another thing as well, like capsule wardrobe, 7 different things.
Oh my God, I've got like 70 different things.
Yeah, and I bet you wear the same things all the time.
I do. I'm always in tracksuits. I'm always in Boomart's uniform.
My main wardrobe now is my going out stuff, but I hardly go out.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I've got loads of dresses.
Heels.
I'm like waiting for the day we can go have another night out.
They've like gone out with.
Do you know what the worst thing is? I've got so many nice dresses, and then when I go out, I'm like, oh, it's freezing tonight. I don't want to wear a dress. I'm like, put on leggings. I'm like, oh my God.
So I think we should really think about what we are buying. And I said, if we ever move again, I will not be doing what we did before. I say this every time, but I really want to just each room just pack up and go.
What was the whole gratitude part of it?
So yeah, then we went off of it. So the gratitude. So I've always wanted to have moved to a bigger house, bigger car. You know, like we all strive for these things, don't you? And it was
But it's good to strive as well, because it gives you goals in life. It gives you purpose, and we all want different things in life.
I think it gives you the drive, doesn't
it?
Yeah. And I've got to be honest, I've never been grateful for the house I've got at the moment, because we spoke about it wasn't my dream. We did it to make money and to renovate. So it's been a real head tester, and I'm really trying to be grateful for having a house and for where I've got to in life. And it's been a real, I don't know, something inside me went, and I just bawled, and I was just like, I'm being so selfish, because there's a lady who's terminally ill, and you know, everything she's doing for his daughter, she was collecting all memories. So when her daughter got married,
oh my God,
her first of everything, like her first holidays, she was doing messages for the little girl.
Oh my God!
So when she opened her memory box, and I was thinking, like, it really grounded me, that program.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm really grateful for where I am, what I'm doing. Yeah. I've just got to have a moment and just not keep just thinking that it would be better, because we all know your life is, you're happy as you are every day, even if you had the bigger house or the you know, your life's still going to be the same.
Yeah.
It just makes things a little bit easier sometimes. If you've got a bit more money, you can make choices.
Yeah, of course.
But I was like, really got to be grateful for where I am, and I think we all need to do this sometimes, because we always think
you need to take a step back. On that night you was meant to watch that programme, because I think it makes you step back and think, gosh, because even me, I'm like a terrible self-critic. I'm like, oh God, I've not done this, I've not done that. It's not till someone says to me, oh God, like, you've done amazing. Like, and I think, oh God, but I'm never in my head like, oh, well done, I love for do. I never ever would say that to myself. But I think like, I do write, and I started, like, I've talked about this loads on the podcast, but I do write things down.
You do a lot of gratitude.
Yeah, like, and I do that because it helps me. And also I listen to Deepak Chopra loads, and if you haven't listened to him, he's amazing. Like, I do meditations with him, and each meditation I do has a theme. So one would be like, one that I did the other day was being grateful for the things in my life. So you have to like say, I am grateful for being on this earth. I am grateful for like the roof over my head. I'm grateful for water entering my body. Actually, I saw a really good grateful manifestation thing. And they said every time you sip water, be grateful for it. And as you sip it, what did she say? She said, when you've got that water, just before you take it, bless the water. And say like what it's going to do to your body. So, and when I drink this water, it's going to heal my body, and I'm grateful for it entering my mouth. And as you do it, it's like a healing thing.
Because water actually changes the
vibrations. Yeah. Like water has vibration and energy. Yeah.
But you do, when we were at school, we always used to bless our food before we ate it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do that.
No.
I think they do.
I don't know. Maybe some schools, but it is.
But you can relate back to why you did it.
Why you did it, yeah. You're putting that inside your body, and number one, you're very lucky to be putting that in your body, because not everyone around the world has a meal to be putting inside their body.
To be a family, you know, my children got into bed with me that night because they sleep with me anyway, and I gave them the biggest hug, and I was like. Sonny was like, why did you shout at me, Mummy, this morning? And I was like, I felt the biggest guilt, and I said, you know, I love you. I love the way you are. Just sometimes Mummy gets stressed in the mornings. It's just nobody listens. I'm trying to get out of the house. It's just the way it is.
It's just normal. That is just normal.
But I was like, life is so short, and I really, I did say a prayer that night. And I did listen actually to Deepak Chopra on my audio books.
Well done.
I listened to it because I go to sleep with it because sometimes I can't sleep. And I was like, I'm really, you know,
just need to ground yourself. And I actually also think, like, I always say this, whenever you feel your energy is all over the place, when you're not feeling grateful, your energy is not in the right place. So you've got to go and ground yourself. And one thing I have been doing lately is talking out loud, like, and I'll write. So I did it this morning. I put 8 things down on a piece of paper, and it was only because I did a scroll on my phone. Oh God, I hate scrolling, but I do get sucked in. And then I scrolled onto a manifestation thing. And it said, don't forget to write down your 8 things. I was like, oh my God, I've not done it in like 7 days. So I put my phone down and I was like, I need to do that. So I did, and I wrote down it, and then I said it out loud, each one. So I wrote 8 things and I said it out loud, and then I like said it in my head again, and then I said it out loud. And it says try and say it out loud 3 times if you can.
It does
but
work.
It does work.
Because when I was doing it a lot, it does work. But like anything, you have to keep going back to it. And I feel like since I've had the 2 children, my focus. I have to keep finding time to. I do a lot on my phone. I write all my notes on my phone because whenever I go to find that notebook, it's never there.
I must have about 100 notebooks. I'm not gonna lie.
Colouring in it. I'm like, where's that notebook gone? By my bed. Where is it? And then yesterday she had all my stones and she was like playing with them. My crystals.
No.
They were gone, and I was like, where are my crystals? They just love touching them, playing with them.
Oh, don't. And even this morning, when I was actually wrote in my book this morning, I couldn't find a pen. I was like, where's that pen? Where's that pen? And I was like, just lying in bed, I was like in the moment of writing it. I was like, where's the pen? Where's the pen?
Healthy, loving children. You've got a family.
I always, please guys, be so, the first thing to be grateful for is your health. Like, I cannot say enough. Like, I've lost people in my life. I've seen people my age go from battles of cancer. we've all seen a lot. We might have had a really close family member. We may be going through it now at a certain time. Do you know what I mean? But just be so grateful for your health and being on this earth plane, because you've got to just make the most out of life, because life, you don't know when your time is up.
No.
Like, life is so short. And I think, like, even having children and stuff, like, be grateful because they're in your life, because they will give you the most love you will ever receive in your life from anybody.
Yeah.
Your children will give you so much love, and be grateful for that, because you cannot buy that in a shop. You cannot.
No.
You can, even from a man that you will meet, like, or a woman or whoever, like, you will never get that same love. And also, actually, I know this is really weird, and I've been listening to podcasts on got dogs and dog rescue. I can't tell you, I had the same love for my dog as I did for Iona, because I loved. I can't even tell you. Oh my god, I know. When I lost Skippy, I was like, oh my god, like, I really, really loved her, but I have to be grateful for the time that I had with her.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, this is getting really emotional,
because
I feel like quite emotional. Maybe it's because we're burnt out and like exhausted. We're like feeling a bit emotional.
Grateful that we're burnt out.
But listen. Yeah, like, we're grateful for our mum right now, because she's like looking after the kids.
Oh, honestly,
she's like literally like before we did the podcast.
I was going to say, like, when it comes to people's health, this is something where we're going to go on our journey, aren't we? We're creating something in the background for that. It is a constant battle. It's a constant journey. I'm always struggling with my weight and trying to. I think when we used to dance all the time, I was just naturally slim. And I think when you're trying to strive for a business or being a mum, sometimes your health gets put to the side. Yeah. So I think for everybody this year, especially with COVID out the way, just concentrate on you
and your family, and like, it's self-love as well. Like, gratitude comes from self-love and loving yourself, and just feeling grateful for the things around you. Definitely. Like, a massive thing is be grateful for a roof over your head. Like, you forget that. Be grateful for water. Oh my gosh, like, I've talked about this before, but when our water got switched off, we didn't have water for 3 days. I had to smell like poo. Like, honestly, that story, I was like, that story, like, when the water was cut off, Iona was like, Mummy, I need a poo. And I was like, oh my God. So Iona did poo. Sal rushed home from work, had a poo. We had 2 poos in the toilet, and we could not flush the chain. I was like,
that's like when we were renovating.
The whole house.
We had a hose pipe outside at Christmas.
I was like trying to, like, oh my God, put tissue down it. Because I was like, what? I was like to my husband, I was like, why did you not go to a garage?
I don't think you'd do well with a reno. I think it's good.
No, I can't buy a renovation. I just think I can't deal with mess around me, and I just can't do it. Like, I feel like where my life is so busy, like with work and stuff, I have to have a clear mind.
It's your basis, it's your grounding. I said, if we ever move again, I don't think I'd want to do another renovation, because when you come at home at night, you want that to be your sanctuary.
Yeah, 100%.
And when you're working in it and things aren't right, that reflects your mood. So I instantly go through the door and I feel a bit stressed because things aren't the way I want it to be. Yeah. So it is important to think about these things. Yeah. Before you buy.
Before you buy anywhere. I'm like, honestly, just even anything you have in life is just great. It's just the motto for today is being grateful. We've got our listeners, grateful that we've got you guys.
We are so excited that you're coming on this journey with us, because this year we really want to take this to the next level. We've got we're working with a chemist behind the scenes, and we're doing more on TikTok and Instagram of behind the scenes stuff that you can see what we get up to. So really like the support, and if you can download our podcast, because that helps with our stats. And
Yeah, we're just really grateful for you guys. So, and we hope what we're delivering is something good for you guys.
You can have a laugh.
You can have a laugh with us or a cry. Like, oh my God, today I feel like I've been laughing, crying. I feel like emotional roller coaster. Is anybody burnt out like us? Like feeling that exhaustion?
We're going to go see ponies tomorrow. So
yeah, we are. That will be nice. Actually, just being around animals does actually pick me up a bit as well. So yeah, but no, guys, I hope that we can leave that with you today, that feeling of being grateful for everything in your life.
Go and light a candle, get your Epsom salts in your bath.
Oh, definitely. I thanks for that advice, because I'm definitely going to go try and do that tonight, because I'm desperate for that. But yeah, lovely to speak to you all today, and just have a lovely weekend. Feel that gratefulness.
Listen to us on Friday.
Yeah. See you later, guys. Bye. If you're loving the show, don't forget to download our latest episodes. It helps us a ton by boosting the show and making sure more people find us.
Plus, you can listen anytime, anywhere, even offline.
And while you're at it, make sure to follow us on Spotify so you never miss a new drop.
Want even more behind the scenes content? Follow us on Instagram, YouTube and TikTok at Burnt Out Mummas, one word, for exclusive clips, updates and fun extras.
Hit that follow button, send us a message, and let's keep the Burnt Out Mummas community going.